Hello everyone, and now my relationship with Dark Souls 2 is weird. I have always liked the game, however I have made 3 videos about it and all of them come off like I don't like the game. And I'm just pretending that I actually do like the game. My first video I made was like, I made it with only a few hours into Dark Souls 2, and I made it after immediately watching all the Mueller's videos where he responded to HBomberGuy's video on In Defense of Dark Souls 2, where Mueller talked very negatively about the game. He did not like Dark Souls 2 at all. Then my second video was me criticizing the game and coming off like I didn't like it. And my third video was me saying I loved the game but I also hated it. So really I made 3 videos talking about basically saying why I didn't like the game, even though I actually really do love this game. So today, once and for all, I am hoping to clear my feelings about this game and actually give Dark Souls 2 the defense that it deserves, and the one that frankly I should have done the first time. I should have made this video the first time when I defended Dark Souls 2. I shouldn't have done what I did, because I do really like this game and I need to actually defend this game right. Now, I still stand by what I said in my other videos of Dark Souls 2 about the setting of Dragon Lake being fantastic. I still really love it, and I love the areas you go to. Honestly, Dark Souls 2 has some of my favorite areas in all of Dark Souls, like Majula, Iron Keep, No Man's Wrath, Heights Tower of Flame, Dragon Lake Castle, Dragon Aria, I don't know how to pronounce that, Shrine of Mara, and the Frozen Kingdom of Elam Lois. The locations in Dark Souls 2 all look so great, and I love being in them, and I love the Majula's theme so much. It might actually be my favorite hub world song in Dark Souls compared to the Firelink Shrine music in both Dark Souls 1 and 3. And speaking of Majula, I personally love having an area that you can just come back to anytime you want in order to upgrade your weapons or armor, or even Estus Flask, or even level up because of the Emerald Herald. Which, yes, I know you could do that in Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 1, not really, because you can just level up wherever you wanted to. However, Majula in Dark Souls 2 makes you feel extremely safe. You know nothing will happen to you there. And the music calms you down when you enter, especially since the world of Dark Souls is completely empty of music. There's no music at all other than boss fights. So it's really nice coming back to Majula and just hearing that music when you show up. Also, I love that there is a Covenant in Majula that makes the game even harder than the game already is. However, not just Majula is great, but the other locations, and honestly the area in Dark Souls 2 more than any other Souls games, they look like the cover of a metal album, and I love it. Iron Keep especially looks like it would be the cover of a orchestral metal album or something like that, and I just love it. Now, I won't say Dark Souls 2 has the best gameplay. To me, that belongs to Dark Souls 3. However, I really like the gameplay of Dark Souls 2. It is very much the same like the other Dark Souls games. However, for me, the biggest thing is your default speed is a little bit faster compared to Dark Souls 1. And this is something both Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2 would also have as well, which really helps with moving throughout the game. Like Dark Souls 1 you move at a normal speed, but you do move pretty slow. There are a lot of armored enemies in this game, which I actually like. However, the enemies in other Souls games are better, since honestly the biggest issue with the enemies wearing armor is that most enemies, again, in this game wear armor, so they take a lot more hits, especially if you're using if you're using a weapon one-handed instead of two-handed on your for your weapon. Some bosses can even be taken out easier if you have weapons like the Greatsword and you're using it two-handed compared to just like a normal sword, one-handed, just because of them wearing armor. So I understand why some people complain about the enemies mostly all wearing armor, because they do take more hits. However, I still do very much like this. Instead of Dark Souls 1 and 3 or even Bloodborne, it really feels like you're fighting knights and warriors of the Kingdom of Dragon Lake instead of demons and creatures. However, I will say I am disappointed with the pyromancy in this game, since I'm a big fan of using pyromancy in Dark Souls 1 and 3, and even if I don't play a pyromancer, it still adds some nice damage to the enemy and has some really cool spells. However, Dark Souls 2 does seem a little lacking with this. However, this game does seem to focus a little bit more on miracles, and I actually like this. There are many miracles that you can use throughout the game, and they are all really fun to use. You have the basic healing, but you can also throw lightning at them, and even go back to the last bonfire you rested at. Also, speaking of healing, an item that Dark Souls 2 added into the game was life gems, which allow you to slowly gain health back, and they act like a nice healing item to have when you run out of Estus. Now, I was honestly pretty hard on life gems in the past, but honestly, as I played more Dark Souls 2, I've actually really liked life gems, and I honestly wish they were in Dark Souls 3. I love the Estus Flask, and I think it is one of the best healing items in all of gaming. However, I really do like the life gems, and I really like the idea of having another healing item throughout the game, and I love that you can buy more throughout the game, so you will never run out. I love this because it allows you to keep moving even when you're out of Estus. Also, I've heard many people complain about how life gems can be spammed, but that, honestly, in my opinion, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, and also, if you're spamming life gems, then that's your fault. That's not the game's fault. This is like me, it's like if I blame the fighting game for me spamming a move over and over again. Even though I'm the one doing it, and I'm the one spamming the move over and over again, actually, it's the game's fault for making that move so good. For making it to where, like, just having that move in the first place. I'm honestly joking around here, but I do think it's dumb saying that it's Dark Souls 2's fault because they have life gems and the player could just spam. Like, that's just stupid. And also, even though I was harsh on the boss fights the first time, I actually really do like some of the boss fights in this game. I love bosses like Dragon Rider, Twin Dragon Rider, the Old Iron King, the Lost Sinner, Scorpioness Nachka, and Nashandra, Throne Watcher, and Defender are all bosses I really like fighting. Not every boss is great, however, every Souls game has the occasional boss that is terrible, like the Bat of Chaos in Dark Souls 1, and the Cursed Greatwood boss fight in Dark Souls 3. Every Souls game has terrible boss fights, not just Dark Souls 2. Honestly, something I love about the gameplay of Dark Souls 2 is being able to warp to any bonfire you find throughout the game, which is something both Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 kept, which is so much better than unlocking it halfway through Dark Souls 1. Also, something they added that Dark Souls 3 kept is the Estus Flask Shard, which is how you upgrade the Estus Flasks in order to have more, and I love this system, and it's better than the Kindling system in Dark Souls 1 since you actually kind of have to go look for the Estus Flask Shards in order to upgrade your Estus Flask. Now, the overall story of Dark Souls 2 is honestly very hard to find, since in order to find and learn the story and even understand it, you have to read every item description of every item that you find. Or you can just be like me and take the easy way out and watch VOD video. That's what I do. Now, the story of Dark Souls 2 isn't about the gods of Dark Souls 1 or about the linking of the First Flame, but more about the Undead Curse and how Drangleic, a kingdom far away from Lordran, reacts to it. And we get to see how far the consequences of Gwyn's actions reach. We have King Vendrick, the ruler of Drangleic, and throughout the game we see the steps that Vendrick took to try and stop the Undead Curse, because Vendrick was also human, so he could be hit by the Undead Curse. The Kingdom of Drangleic tried many different ways to stop the curse, but it didn't work, and the curse would get everyone in the kingdom. Vendrick would also go to war with the giants and take something from them. We don't exactly know what, but whatever he stole, Vendrick was able to make the golems out of it that we see throughout the game. However, while Vendrick was trying to fight the Dark and the Undead Curse, he realized that Nashandra, the queen, a woman who showed up one day and he fell in love with, told him to go to war with the giants, was of the Dark and was a piece of Manus from Dark Souls 1, the creature of the Abyss, who destroyed Ulasil in Dark Souls 1. When Vendrick discovered this and that she was using him to get to the Throne of Want, Vendrick decided to instead to retreat to the Undead Crypt, where we find him, and he is hollow and no longer the great king he once was, and was being protected by Valstat, his most loyal knight. Vendrick is very much like Gwyn, with his actions to stop the Dark and the Undead Curse. However, unlike Gwyn, Vendrick chose to instead lock himself up in the Undead Crypt and allow himself to fall to the Undead Curse and become the hollow that we find. However, the reason for us, the player, for going to Drangleic was that we are told that it is the only way that we can be cured of the Undead Curse, which has affected our character. They used to have a family, however they are now forgotten. You're told by an old woman, many believe it to be the older version of Emerald Herald, and who's the firekeeper who helps you throughout the game with leveling up and upgrading Estus Flask about Dragon Lake and how to get to it. We see that your character finds the ruined gates of Dragon Lake, and then after jumping into a whirlpool, you are transported to Dragon Lake, where you find out there's no cure for the Undead Curse. However, your new goal is to become the new king or queen of Dragon Lake, to claim the throne of want, become the new ruler, and link the first flame and keep the Age of Fire going. Now, most likely did a terrible job of explaining the story of Dark Souls 2 and even the lore of Dark Souls 2. However, I hope I have a good understanding of what the story is. And honestly, I like the story of Dark Souls 2. I do not think it's better than Dark Souls 1 or 3. However, it doesn't need to be better. I still like it. Now, a big part of Dark Souls 2 is the Undead Curse. It is the reason why your character comes to Dragon Lake, why Dragon Lake is the way it is. Not only does it have a narrative reason, but there's also a gameplay function with this. By every time you die, you become more and more hollow, and your overall health decreases. However, you can always bring it all the way back, and you can become human again by using a human effigy. Now, I have been a little hard on human effigies and the hollowing system in the past, and honestly, I still very much stand by it. The system is annoying to deal with, and I would prefer it if Halloween was kind of more like in Dark Souls 1, where you died, then your character would become undead, but you can also become human by using human effigies, and that would allow PvP. Dark Souls 2, while it's not bad, Dark Souls 2, while it's not bad, the Halloween system is just annoying to deal with at times throughout the game. However, narratively, I do honestly really I do like it, and seeing how exactly Vendrick dealt with it with the Undead Curse, since unlike Gwyn and the Lords of Dark Souls 1, he doesn't know anything about the curse other than the fact that it affects humans, and he is a human, so he could be affected by it. Now, I still very much stand by what I said the first time about the DLCs of Dark Souls 2. I really like the DLCs of Dark Souls 2, and my favorite being the Crown of Burnt Ivory King and the Kingdom of Elam Lois, which is probably my favorite location in Dark Souls 2. I love what the DLC bring. I love what it brings. I love how they all connect with the main game, with all of them being about a piece of the abyss like Nasandra is causing a kingdom to fall, other than Elam Lois, which was because of the Chaos Flame, which I am happy they continue with the Chaos Flame, because it is one of my favorite things about the first game. However, sadly, the Chaos Flame is in one of the worst areas of the game, Lost Izalith, because Lost Izalith is not that great, and it has the bad Chaos, which is like the worst boss in all Dark Souls. Lost Izalith is not the worst area in Dark Souls history, but I don't think the area is that great, honestly. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that my first 3 videos about Dark Souls 2 came shortly after I watched Mueller's video on him responding to HBomberGuy, and at the time I really liked it, because at the time I just started Dark Souls 2, and I was happy just seeing a video of someone talking about the game. However, that was with only a few hours into Dark Souls 2, and now with many hours of Dark Souls 2 and many playthroughs that I've done on my own, I have actually started really disliking Mueller's videos, on Dark Souls 2. And honestly, looking at both HBomberGuy's and Mueller's videos, I honestly believe that these two really poisoned the well when it came to Dark Souls 2. I believe HBomberGuy did the same thing with Fallout 3, which I might mention when I get around to defending Fallout 3, because I do love that game. However, I believe that they did more harm than good, and I believe they are a big reason Dark Souls 2 is hated on so much. Mueller, he at least made his point clear from the moment he started that he does not like Dark Souls 2. He thinks it's a terrible game, and he spends the entire video talking about why the game is bad. And so, at least he's honest about the fact that he did not like Dark Souls 2, and his entire purpose was pointing it out as the worst game ever. However, a lot of his complaints can be used for either Dark Souls 1, or Dark Souls 3, or Bloodborne. So, it's not even issues that are only just Dark Souls 2's. Frankly, a lot of issues that he brings up with Dark Souls 2 can be used with Bloodborne as well. HBomberGuy, on the other hand, tried to make his video be him defending the game. His entire video was supposed to be him defending Dark Souls 2. However, he doesn't ever actually do that. Most of the video, he is kissing Bloodborne's ass and praising that game to the heavens. And yes, I agree, Bloodborne is a really good game. But when your goal is to defend Dark Souls 2, I think you should actually defend the game. Actually defend Dark Souls 2. He spends the other part of his video just shitting all over Dark Souls 1, acting like it was a terrible game, which made many people, myself included, very angry, since we all love Dark Souls 1 so much. And the fact that he spends a long part of his video just crapping all over it when he is supposed to be defending Dark Souls 2 is annoying and makes me and others angry. He does this for most of the video and only spends a little bit of time actually defending Dark Souls 2 and talking about it. And when he does, he's making fun of other people's playstyles, especially if they use a shield, which for me personally is very annoying because my go-to loadout for all 3 Dark Souls games is to have a shield in one hand and a sword in another. And if I decide to use a greatsword or a two-handed weapon, I would most of the time have a shield on my back. And I really do not like how he made fun of Dark Souls fans and how they played, which was a playstyle that he doesn't like or agree with, because according to him, Bloodborne taught you how to play Dark Souls, even though they are entirely separate games. He also spent a lot of time on this video making fun and attacking a YouTuber called Matthew Matosis, which overall I don't care about. I don't care about him that much. I honestly think he's just another YouTuber who people hold his opinions up way too high. I honestly believe that people hold his opinions up way too high and act like he's the smartest person ever, and I don't agree with that. And frankly, you should not view any YouTuber as that, myself included. And I do not agree with what he said in Dark Souls 2 that much, and I'm not really a fan of him. But HBomberGuy spent basically his entire video, which was supposed to be about Dark Souls 2, and a talk about why Dark Souls 2 is a good game. Instead, he made fun of players for how they played. He attacked Dark Souls 1 and acted like it was trash. And throughout the entire video, he's praising Bloodborne like it's the best game ever, never really mentioning Dark Souls 2 and what the game actually does right, whether it be the improvement in gameplay, especially movement speed, having warp from the very beginning, have to find Estus flag shards in order to upgrade your Estus, which, again, I think is a better system than kindling. He doesn't talk about how many of the bosses are actually pretty fun to fight, and yes, there are some bad ones, but every Souls game has terrible boss fights. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and Bloodborne all have terrible boss fights. He doesn't talk about how great the setting of Drangleic is, and instead spends the entire time saying Dark Souls 1 is trash, and the setting, just everything about Dark Souls 1 is trash, and making fun of how you play Dark Souls 2. And I honestly really believe he poisoned the well when it came to how people see Dark Souls 2. Because at first, they might have just thought it wasn't bad. Some people might have been angry, but overall, attitude toward it was, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. But after that video, their opinion changed, saying that it sucks because of how much he presented his arguments. This is honestly why in these type of videos, I try my best to just talk about the game itself, not compare it to the other games in the franchise, or talk bad about another game in that franchise to make the game I'm defending seem better. I don't like doing that. And yes, I will point out something. I think the game did better than the first if it's a sequel, like I have done throughout this video where I mentioned Dark Souls 1, but I'm not trashing that game. I still do very much love Dark Souls 1. I honestly think this is the biggest issue, like sidestepping at the moment. I think this is the biggest issue with the Fallout community right now, and making me more and more frustrated with them. Any Fallout game that comes out, they compare it to New Vegas, and they say that it sucks because it didn't do what New Vegas did, and crap all over games, whether it be Fallout 3, Fallout 4, or Fallout 76, rather than just looking at the game itself and only talk about what the game itself does good or bad, and not compare it to the other games in the franchise. And now, don't get me wrong, I love New Vegas. I do. But, I'm really tired of people putting the other Fallout games down, saying that they're trash just because they aren't New Vegas. And I feel like many people do this with Dark Souls 2 as well. In my opinion, HBomberGuy made more people hate Dark Souls 2 than like Dark Souls 2. He added gasoline to the fire of the Dark Souls 1 fanboys who hated the game because it wasn't Dark Souls 1. And honestly, I believe Mueller added even more gasoline to that fire. That made people hate the game even more, which is unfortunate because the game is really good. And yes, it has its issues that Mueller pointed out. But you know what? So does Dark Souls 1, so does Dark Souls 3, so does Bloodborne, and many complaints that he used for Dark Souls 2, I can use for Dark Souls 1, I can use for Dark Souls 3, I can use for Bloodborne. And the thing is, Dark Souls 3 is my favorite game of all time, and I could still use some of his complaints for Dark Souls 2 on Dark Souls 3. Every game has its issues. And the thing is, I still love Bloodborne. I still love Bloodborne. I still love Dark Souls 2. I still love Dark Souls 1 and 3. I love every Souls game. And it's frankly just annoying to me, just the hatred that many people put toward Dark Souls 2, since I personally think it's a fantastic game. And I really do believe both Mueller and HBomberGuy, they poisoned the well. They poisoned the well just like HBomberGuy did with Fallout 3. He made people hate the game more. He made people hate the game more. But then in this case, Mueller just jumped in and he had more gasoline to that fire. He made even more people hate it. And honestly, that's why I'm not watching Mueller anymore, because he was a big reason why my first 3 videos came off as me hating Dark Souls 2. And why it took me this long to actually come out with this video of me being like, yeah, no, I actually do like Dark Souls 2, and this is where I stand. I'm not planning on making another video talking about why I like Dark Souls 2. Frankly, this is probably going to be my last video that I'm going to make talking about Dark Souls 2, where I'm like, I like Dark Souls 2. So that's all, and thank you all for watching. I hope I finally gave Dark Souls 2 the respect and justice that it deserves. That frankly I should have given it the first time I made my video defending this game. And I hope I did a good job of it. I hope I did a good job defending this game and talk about what it did right. Like I really do hope I did a good job, because I do love Dark Souls 2, and I really think it shouldn't be hated as much as it is. But I know a lot of people will just hate it because it's not Dark Souls 1. But either way, I'm gonna love this game, and I recommend anyone who is a fan of Dark Souls, or just Souls games in general, to play it. I think anyone should play this game, because Dark Souls 2 is a really great game, and I do think everyone should play it.